Namaste, everyone. Thank you for being here. Find your seat that it's comfortable. Let your palms rest on your lap. If you want, you can close your eyes. This morning, I'm going to read just a little piece from an article that came out a couple of days ago in the New York Times. And it's an article with an interview to Jack Kornfield. Maybe you saw it. It's really interesting and I recommend it. Jack Kornfield is a clinical psychologist, an author, a meditator for over 50 years, and also a teacher of meditation. And in part of the interview, he says this: in the Buddhist tradition, there are beings called bodhisattvas. A bodhisattva vows to alleviate suffering and bring blessings in every circumstance. They choose to live with dignity and courage and radiate compassion for all. The beautiful thing is that we can see bodhisattvas all around. We see them in the bravery of the healthcare workers or the unheralded ones who drive the trucks and stock the shelves of our grocery stores so we can all continue to eat. And now it's time to add our part to this great dance. This is what we are here for. It's time to make a vow, to sit quietly, rest your heart, and ask, what is my best intention? My most noble aspiration in this difficult time. If you quiet yourself, your heart will answer. The answer could be simple. I vow to be kind no matter what. And when you find the answer in yourself, write it down and place it somewhere that you'll remember. Then, when you feel lost or confused, take a breath and remember that vow, because it's time to become the lamp in the darkness. Where others hoard, you help. Where others deceive, you stand up for truth. Where others are uncaring, you become kind and respectful. This is what's possible for us as human beings in this moment. So today, the question is, what is my best intention? Let the palms rest, like I said before, lift your spine, soften the skin in your body and your face. And take a moment to bring the attention from the outside world to the inner world of your own body. To notice where your breath is going and where you can feel it the most. To relax your shoulders over the hips, lift the front of your spine. Imagine you're leaning onto a wall and the back of your skull, your scapulae, the back of your pelvis. They are the 3 points leaning onto a wall that helps you stay tall, elegant, and also soft. And as we bring our focus onto our own self, take a moment to bring both palms into your heart center. Let them rest there. And ask yourself, what emotion are you feeling in this moment? Or perhaps in the last few days? For many of us, there's anxiety, there's fear, there's sadness. The invitation here is to become aware of that emotion without pushing it away. And perhaps today in this moment, you can talk to this emotion and say, thank you. I acknowledge you're here. and I am okay. I acknowledge this emotion and I am okay. And then from there, you can think, what is my intention? Notice the pace of your breath and try to invite it to soften, lengthen, and become smoother with each cycle. What is my intention? With that intention, we'll open the practice with the Om sound, letting the palms touch, connect together, resting into the space of the heart. We'll take a deep inhalation through the nose, big exhale, then breathing in again. Then we connect the head down to the hands and the heart. Releasing slowly when you're ready, palms down, lifting the head, opening the eyes. Welcome everyone, thank you again for being here. Let's start by taking a few gentle openings for the body by bringing a blanket, and you're going to put it on top of your mat. So I'm covering my mat so I can slide on my mat a little bit because it's gonna make it easier. So I'm just like lengthening my blanket on top. And if you need to tuck your blanket underneath the mat, you can do that. Good, and then from here, we're going to come onto our backs just for a moment. Take a deep breath in as you come onto your mat. I know some of you are organizing the blankets, no worries. So a few breaths just to settle the back plane of your body here, releasing the back of the skull, shoulders, arms, trunk, pelvis, hips, and legs. And start inviting the nasal breathing or nostril breathing, breathing in and out through the nose, long, steady. The more you can carve the practice of that long and steady breath through the nose, the more you're sending the information to your nervous system that things are okay and that you can stay calm and grounded. Good, from here we are going to slowly bend the knees and bring both knees into the chest, and with your arms you're going to hug your knees in, taking a deep breath in here, just noticing the different sensations as the legs are closer to the torso. Exhaling here. Good, and then holding your knees with your hands, you're going to slowly start creating circles with both knees going the same way a few times. And mainly here, I want you to pay attention into the back of your pelvis and create that circular motion to access that area as much as you can. So a few here, one way, and then a few the opposite way. Good, a couple more. Nice, then from there we are going to slowly bring both feet down onto the mat. We are going to extend the right leg out to the top of the mat, and we're going to keep the left knee bent. I'm going to put my arms like a cactus shape or out to the sides if you have the space. And a few times we're going to just let that left knee drop over to the right and arch the lower back and the spine as we drop the left shoulder down. Then we return to center. Two more like this. We'll do 3 total. So 3 here, coming with the left knee to the right, twisting a little bit and returning. And 1 more, if you started with me, to the right, letting that left shoulder drop and coming back to center. Good. If you need to add 1 more, add there 1 more, extending the left leg. Then we switch sides, bending the right knee 3 times. Slowly, I'm going to let that right knee drop to the left, opening the spine slowly and coming back. So you'll feel that arch starting to deepen a little more as you go. Inhale, drop the right shoulder if you can. Exhale, return. And 1 more, inhaling, exhaling. Good, back to center. Then we'll bend both knees and keeping the feet more or less hip distance apart. Now I'm going to send both knees at the same time, both dropping to one side, arching the spine, then slowly coming back to center. And then the opposite way, arching the lower back and lifting a little and returning. Again, both to one side, opening up the spine, creating more space in between the vertebrae, coming back. The other way. And back to center. We'll go 1 more each side. Both knees dropping, lengthening the spine, returning. And last one, both to one side and back to center. Good. From here, extend both legs. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. I'm keeping the arms as they are. I'm going to add a different exercise. Again, I'm going to bend my knees with my feet on the mat. And in this one, I'm going to let both knees drop to one side and then lift them up towards my elbow. Okay? I'm sliding the legs on the floor or the mat. Then I'm sliding them back towards the end of my mat and going back to where I was. And then we're going to reverse it. So I'm dropping both knees to the opposite side, sliding them up towards my chest or the elbow, and then slowly back towards the end of the mat, knees up. Let's go again. Drop both knees to one side, lifting them up towards the elbow, slowly coming back to the neutral. Drop both knees. Of course, go at your own pace. Then you slide the knees up towards the chest and return back to the neutral. Add 1 more on your own. So let the knees drop to one side. Bring them towards the chest. Then slowly release. Back to the center. And you take the opposite side until you come back and back with both knees pointing up towards the ceiling, feet down on your mat. Good. From here, we are going to extend both arms overhead, extend your legs, lace your fingers, press your palms towards the back of your room or away from your head, and stretch the whole body. You can even move a little bit from side to side, sliding on your mat to feel that stretch. Push through your palms, a little bit here. Big inhalation. And exhale, stay where you are. Keep extending through the arms. Let the back of your skull release. 1 more breath here. Good, then releasing the arms to the sides. And we are going to bend the knees again 1 more time. This time with the laced fingers, we bring the hands behind the skull and we'll take the shape of the cat-cow. Inhaling, I'm going to arch the spine. Exhaling, rounding, bringing the elbows together. A little bit of a lift. And then again, inhaling, arching through the spine. Exhaling and rounding. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Navel goes in as you come up. Inhale. This is the last one. Exhale. Good. Let's add a little bit of a twist. Inhaling, opening up. Exhale, both elbows together towards one hip. Inhale, open up. Both elbows come towards each other, opposite side. Navel in. And again, inhaling, we open. Arching the spine, exhaling, rounding, coming to one side. Inhale. Long out breath. And activating abdominals in, coming towards the side. Inhaling, we return. And with the exhale, release the arms, release the legs, and take a moment here. Good. Super. Then from there, we're going to send one arm overhead. Bend your knees to roll over to the side. Come up to a seat. If you want, you can still keep the blanket for a few more things, and then we'll take it out. Now I'm going to sit, and what I'm going to do is to mirror you guys. So I'm going to have both my legs come towards the right side, and the upper leg, the shin is resting on my left arch. Okay, so I'm just using the sole of the foot to put the opposite shin on top. Okay, from here we're going to inhale and get tall. The left hand will go behind you. Inhale your right arm up. Good, and exhale and twist towards your left. I'm hooking that right hand into the left knee. I'm pushing the floor and my legs so I can lift up. Belly and chest, they go towards the back. And I'm going to bring my chin towards the front. So the chin is on top of your right shoulder, if you're following me, and the belly and the chest, they are moving away from that front shoulder, okay? So there's a little bit of an arch there in the spine, but I'm trying to lift through the front. One breath here, deep inhalation. Exhale. Good. Then we inhale, coming back to the neutral, and with the exhale, both hands to the other side. I'm going to round a little bit through the upper back and stay there with the chin down for a moment. Good, then slowly coming back and back to center. We'll switch sides. Now I'm going to put both my legs to the left, and now the left shin is going to be resting on top of my right arch or sole of the foot, okay? Good, from here, my right hand is behind me. Inhale the left arm up. Good, exhale, bring that hand to the opposite side. Hook it onto your leg or anywhere in your thigh. Lift the spine, belly and chest towards the back. If you can, relax the shoulders here. Bring the chin towards your left shoulder, so towards the front. Even though the belly and the chest, they are going to the back. Deep breath in, relax your jaws. Apply your intention to your own practice. If the intention is compassion, use it through your journey. If it's kindness, the same. Good, then we slowly come back to neutral. We'll bring both hands to the other side. Just let them rest there. And now I'm letting myself, it's not very deep, I'm letting myself drop there and relax the neck and the head for a moment. Good, and then I'm slowly coming back to center. Now I'm going to bring my legs in front and we're going to cross the shins. Doesn't matter which one, just cross one and remember which one it is. And from here, we're going to inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale and slowly fold over the legs. You're gonna go as far as it feels okay and appropriate. And in here, we take a few breaths to stretch the lower back, to open up the back body. Good. Stay in the same shape, but just walk yourself towards your right. So walk your arms and your hands, and you go as far as it feels okay to go. And from there, again, you release, and we are stretching and opening some other muscles on the sides, heel, outer hip, sorry. So release here just for a breath or two. Good, then coming back, sliding back towards the center, take yourself to the other side and release there. Notice maybe the difference between one side and the other. One more breath. Good, and then returning to the center. Slowly come up towards the seat, and now we'll switch. So now I'm going to put the opposite shin on top, and for this one I'm going to change it a little. Now we open more of the sides, right arm or forearm down on your mat or blanket. Inhale and bring the opposite arm and over. This can be done like I'm showing with the forearm down, or just pushing your hand onto the blanket or the mat and staying a little higher, okay? The one that feels okay. And I'm trying to lengthen the side that it's away from my underarm and push it towards the mat, okay? Shoulders back, chest up if you can. One more breath. Good, then we push, we come up and we take the last side. Forearm down, arm up overhead. Let your knees do its thing. Don't push them down, but don't force them up. Just let them drop, extending that upper side, pushing the hip down. One more breath here. Taking the time to pause and move a little deeper into our physical body, our breath, the energy, and then we return. Beautiful. Extend your legs, come out of your mat so you can take your blanket out if you had one like me. And now we are going to come into the hands and knees position, the tabletop. And in this tabletop, I'm going to tuck my toes, and I'm going to keep them tucked as I extend my arms towards the top of the mat. I'm going to push the sitting bones up and back, and I'm going to try and send the sitting bones not only up but also away from each other. So let that area open up, chest coming down, maybe the chin or the forehead touching. A few breaths here. Rest your head on something if it feels like it's hanging in the air, activating the arms. Good, then slowly lift. Walk yourself back and now bring your sitting bones closer to your heels. In this one, my knees are close to each other, and I'm trying to activate my toes and the backs of my legs a little more. So I'm pushing sitting bones into the heels, again extending my arms, releasing the forehead down. 3 breaths. Long and steady. Notice any thoughts arising or the tendency to move towards lots of thoughts. See if you can stay at the edge of that. And then slowly returning to the tabletop. Okay, from here, I have my hands under the shoulders. I'm lifting my abdomen so it's a neutral spine, and I have my hips right above my knees. I'm going to extend the right leg up and back, and I'm going to create circles with that leg, trying to keep the rest of my body as immobile as possible. So I'm trying to firm my hips and my core, lengthening through the crown of the head, a few circles with that leg, and then I'm reversing, opposite side, a few circles as well. Good, then that same leg, I'm going to send it all the way over to the opposite side, so I'm going towards my left, staying here, lifting my ribs in, pushing the mat away. Inhale, exhale. One more breath, inhale, and exhale. Good, now I'm going to send that right leg out to the right, and I'm going to add a little bit more power here. So I'm lifting the abdomen, I'm pushing the mat, I have my right leg towards the right, And I'm going to lift the left knee, send the left leg on top of the right one, then come back and return to the hands and knees. And again, right leg goes out, back to the side. Then I'm lifting left knee, sending the left leg over the right one, coming back, return to the tabletop. One more, right leg back, out to the side, lift, left leg on top, come back, and release. Good. Walk, move the hips from side to side a few times. And before we switch sides, we're going to take one cat-cow, inhaling, arching, exhale, round. Good. Back to the center, or neutral. I'm going to change so I have more space. Good. From here, we go on to the second side. Now the right leg goes up, left leg goes up and back. Extend there, lift through the abdomen, lengthen through the crown of the head. Roll a few times. Make circles with that left leg. And after you do a few one way, you reverse it a few on the other side. Try to keep lifting the ribs and the belly here. Good. And then we send that left leg out to the right first, and we stay here for 3 breaths. Breathing in, lift the abdomen, lengthen the crown of the head. One more time. Good. Now I'm going to send my left leg to the left. I'm lifting my right knee, sending the right leg behind, coming back and release. 2 more. Left leg out to the side. Lift that leg on top, back and return. 1 more. Leg out, on top, return and back. Beautiful. And then inhale for the cat-cow. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Good. From here, we are going to dial the hands a little bit out to the sides, just a touch so the base of your thumbs are grounded. Push the mat away, move your knees a few inches behind the hips, tuck your toes. Let's go up to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can stay in the tabletop if you need to do that today or it's easier in your body. Pedal your feet a few times. Return to your breath. Good, and as you move your legs, feel the activation perhaps a little more in the backs of the legs. You can move your hips a little from side to side, wiggle. So let it be mobile for now. Good, and if you need your feet to be a little wider than your hips, you can do that. Then slowly start finding more stillness in this shape. Relax the back of the neck, relax the head, dropping through the neck, letting it lengthen, but pushing with your hands to create more firmness through the arms, ribs in. Good, let's play a little game. Let's see how are we doing with strength. See if you can lift your right arm and touch your right hip. So we have a 3-leg dog. Keep pushing the floor away, keep lifting, and you send that right arm up and back like I'm showing. 1 breath here, then slowly return. Beautiful. Second side, keep pushing the floor away, tone those legs. You need to bring the inner heels down and back to the back of your mat and lift your left arm, touch your left hip or send that left arm up towards the ceiling. A lot of core work, hips in, relaxing the head. 1 more breath. And then we return into that downward facing dog. Good, let's inhale the right leg up and back. And we're going to bring that right foot outside the right hand or as wide as you can. And then bring the left knee down. Good, once you're here, firm the right hip in, keep your left hand down and bring your right hand on top of your right thigh. Just for a moment here, let the hips shift a little forward, draw the navel in, lift the front of your spine, and coil back for a little bit of opening in the chest. A gentle twist here. See if you can keep sending your right hip towards your back foot, belly and chest up. And if you want, we add here the arm. You can keep it on your thigh if you need. Roll the left shoulder back, open up a little further. Good, then slowly come back. Option here to add the back knee bending and trying to go and catch that foot with your right hand. So it's opposite. My right hand is holding my left foot. If you cannot go there, you stay with your right hand onto your hip. If you're there, push a little bit the foot into the hand and vice versa to open the chest and add a little bit more of that quad action. Good, last breath here. Slowly release, bring that right hand back. Good, from here we go back, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, come towards plank pose. Bring your knees down, chest and chin, keep the sitting bones up. Slowly slide. From here, roll the shoulders back, inhale to the cobra, stay here. Bring your chin to the right, then to the left. Send the sacrum in and draw the belly up. Again, chin to the right and to the left. Slowly release, tuck your toes, go through the knees, and back up to downward facing dog. Big breath in here. Big exhale. Good, let's go with the second side. Inhaling, left leg goes up and back. Left foot comes outside the left hand or as far out as you can. Right knee comes down. Good, once you're there, slowly let the hips shift forward. Left hand is going into my left thigh. And from there, my right palm supported by a block if you need instead of the mat. Roll the shoulders back and a gentle twist to the left. Good, from here I'm trying to draw the navel up, roll the shoulders back, lifting a little bit more through the center of the sternum, and your choice if you want to take that left arm up. Breathing in, exhaling gently, slowly, steady. Each breath reminds you that you are here in the present moment. Good, option here to bend the back knee, go with your hand, perhaps catch that foot and pull the foot, push the foot into the hand, hand into the foot, rolling the shoulders back, opening a little bit more. One more breath. Then slowly releasing, left hand comes down. We go back to downward facing dog. Good, we come to the plank. And now another challenge, if you want to take it, I'm going to do like I did with the down dog. I'm going to try and bring one arm behind, keeping my plank. And then back down, opposite, one arm back. And then back down, beautiful. Let's go all the way down, chaturanga or your knees. Roll the shoulders back, inhaling into cobra. Exhale. Tucking the toes through the knees. We go into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. Release. One more breath. Good. Let's go again. Different sequence. Inhaling, right leg up. Right foot comes forward. This time I'm going to lengthen the spine. Keep the left hand down to a support or the mat. Twist to your right. Rolling the shoulders back. Right hip in. Push the left heel back. Good. And then from here, we're going to send that right arm all the way back towards the back foot. And then down and up again. And again, a big, big circle with that right arm. Down and up. And again, big circle back. and down and up. Good, and from here we bring that right hand down, tone the inner legs, both hands on top of your right thigh, push the right thigh away and lift the torso until it's steady. And I want you here to imagine the support of that wall that I talked in the beginning. So the back of the skull, back of the chest, and the pelvis, they are supported, they are in the same plane. Good, from here we inhale, arms up, overhead. Draw the sacrum down, lower belly up, keep the chest broad. Good, exhale, releasing, back to downward facing dog. Good, inhaling plank. Again, I'm going to send one arm back and release. Second arm back, release, chaturanga. Inhaling, opening up. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Good. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and we'll switch sides. Left leg goes up and back. Left foot comes forward. Good. Squeeze the inner thighs. Keep that right hand down or to the block. Inhale, twist to your left. Take a deep breath here, leaning back. Send the left hip towards the back of your mat. Back heel, pushing back. And now we take those circles to open up the thoracic spine. Arm goes all the way back and down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling, we stay up. Exhale, release that hand down. Tone again through the inner legs, lengthen through the spine, draw the belly up. And we come up, hands onto the thigh. From there, we push that thigh so we can lift the trunk, squeeze the hips in, arms up. Chest open, lengthen the spine up through the crown of the head, lift from the bottom of the pelvic floor, feel that lift, the energy going up. Exhale, release, back to downward facing dog. Nice, inhaling to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling to the cobra. Exhaling, we'll take child's pose. And in this one, we are going to widen the knees as much as you can. Drop the belly in between the thighs. Relax the head and take a rest. A few moments here, I'll tell you when we resume the movement. Take a moment here to reset the breath. Return to your own body, to your intention. And remember that in this time, trying and challenging, it is okay to acknowledge the emotions that are arising. And it's also okay to tell them that they are there to protect you and you are doing fine. No bypassing, awareness, in compassion, and love. Good, one more full inhalation here. And exhale. Good, and from that child's pose, we lift up into the hands and knees. And I'm going to change this. I'm going to move my right shin out to the side, and I'm going to come into a side plank, but it's supported. Doesn't matter which side you are on, I'll give you cues so you can do it anyways. So the underhand, I'm going to send it a little further out so it's not completely under my shoulder. I'm pressing that palm down, and I'm making sure that under shoulder is moving back, and that shoulder blade is tucked in behind my chest, okay? That I keep at all times. My opposite leg is pushing into the mat with that foot. I'm using my shin, the one that is based down, to help me ground. Squeeze the glutes and open through the pelvis. Send the airborne arm up and over the head. Beautiful. So this is something that it's usually approachable to all of us, and it's a really nice way to open up the side body. So enjoy that sensation in the upper side, opening up. Keep the shoulder blades moving behind the heart center. Squeeze the glutes, sacrum lengthening towards the back heel. Good. You can stay here for one more breath, or if you want and have the chance to send the lower leg next to the upper leg, then we lift both and we go a little bit more into that arm balance. Breathing in and out into this side plank. Good. Then bring that under knee back down and return to the hands and knees. Good. From here, inhale, cat-cow. Exhale, round. Okay, we'll go to the other side. Now we're going to put the opposite shin down. The opposite hand also goes down. I'm letting it be in a little bit of a diagonal, and I'm extending the opposite leg towards the back of my mat. Then I'm going to squeeze both sitting bones towards each other, lengthening the sacrum, opening the chest. Important that under shoulder is going back, and that shoulder blade is moving into the back of your heart. Don't let it drop or collapse, okay? Then from there, pressing into that back foot, inhale, upper arm, send it up and over the head, opening the chest, keep squeezing through the glutes, lengthening and opening. If you want, you can go even a little further back. Deep breath, opening. Exhaling, letting go. Good. Option to stay here, one more breath, or add the extra leg extending next to the other one and lifting up into that side plank. One more. Good. Slowly bring that under knee down. Bring the arm down back to the hands and knees. Good. And then from here, we're going to cross the shins and come back into a seat and extend the legs and shake them a little. Good. Excellent. Okay. From here, if you have a belt, bring it with you so you can use it. And if you want to have your blanket as a support for your sitting bones, I'm just going to use it as a example and putting it right there. I'm going to sit on top, and my belt, I'm keeping it next to me, okay? I'm going to open both legs to the sides. It looks like a V. And I'm not forcing my legs to go extremely open. You go as far as it feels like it's your limit for today. Make sure you can keep your knees pointing up, pushing through the heels. Good. First thing that I'm going to do here, inhale, arms up overhead when you get there. Sit tall. Keep the chest broad. Beautiful. Try to get off your lower back. So lift off the lower back. Beautiful. And then from there, we slowly fold, fold, fold. If you need props, like a block or pillow or anything, you bring it there, and we'll rest for a moment. Relax here. If you have a support under the head, let the neck lengthen into the support. And notice your breath again. One last cycle. And then slowly press up towards a seat. you may very well be feeling it in the underside of the legs, right? So if that is too intense, you bend your knees, and then you're going to be softening that pulling into the backs of the legs. It's important that you take care of that, because if you over pull in the underside of your legs, it's going to hurt in your lower back, okay? So don't do that. Good. From here, I'm going to add the bell to show you the example of how to use it, because I think it's useful. So now I'm going to mirror you guys. I'm going to go into my right leg first, and I'm hooking the bell that I have into my heel. If you don't have a hook like I already had, you just pull like from both ends of the bell and you hold, okay? I'm going to lengthen the spine. I'm holding with my right hand the belt towards that right foot. And from there, the right side of my trunk, I'm going to try and lengthen it over my right leg. So what I'm doing is bending my elbow so I can bring that right side towards the right and hooking my elbow inside my leg so it helps me. And from there, I'm trying to send belly and chest up towards the ceiling. For some of us, that hand is able to catch the foot. So if it does that, you can do that. And then the opposite arm is going to come up and over. And if you are holding the belt, maybe you can catch that belt with your hand and feel a little bit more of that action of pulling. Okay, I'm going to show here. Good. Now I'm trying to really bring belly and chest up, up, up. Lengthen the sides. Don't worry about the way it looks. Just be present with your body. Listen to it. Push through your heels. One more breath. Then slowly inhale, coming back up to the seat. It's an intense side opener, which is also affecting the spine in general. Now we go to the other side. I'm going to hook that belt into my left heel. If you don't need it, you don't have to. I'm holding the belt with my left hand. I'm sitting as tall as I can. Take a deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Nice. And then if you want, you can, like I did, bend your elbow and hook it in front of the leg. If you need a block there, you can put a support, and then you walk the hand as far towards the foot as you can. From here, I'm going to really try and lengthen my left side into that left leg. If the hand is easily catching the foot, you can do that. And then I'm trying to lengthen through the underside of my legs. Upper arm comes up and over, and then I'm trying to twist and spin up towards the ceiling. Again, it doesn't matter if the arm gets super far, you can be here and just benefit from that space to twist a little more towards the ceiling. One more full inhalation. Exhale, release. Good. And then slowly return, coming back. Deep inhale. Big exhale. Good. Slowly from there, if you have the support, take it to the side with your hands. Bring your knees towards each other. And slowly, we are going to move on to our mats. So I'm going to come onto my back first. If you want to have a block close by, you can keep it close. Bend your knees into the chest and rock from side to side a few times. Again, creating a little bit of that support into the back of your pelvis, feeling it more closely as you move in different ways to ground that whole area. Good. From here, we are going to cross the right leg over the left and just bring both feet or shins or knees towards the chest. Without moving in this one, just breathe in and out. One more. Soft face. And then we slowly switch, bring the opposite leg on top, grab the feet, the shins or the knees towards your chest. Big breath in, relax the shoulders. Ears are soft and heavy. Tongue is resting on top of your bottom palate. I am here with my breath. I am okay. And I follow my deepest intention. Good, then slowly release the legs there, put your feet down. If you have a block, I recommend a supported version for the bridge pose. If you don't want it, you can go up. I'm going to use the medium size underneath my sacrum. And then from there, feet are grounded. I'm walking my shoulders down towards my feet, trying to reach down through my fingertips towards the heels. Opening the chest. Imagine your collarbones really long, and then at the very ends, moving down towards your feet. Take 3 breaths. Good. And then from here, we'll add the opportunity to take an inversion with the legs going up one at a time. If you have that support there that it's firm for you, send the legs up. You can also use a wall and bring your legs up a wall. Actively sending the legs up, pushing through the heels. Keeping the chest broad. Two more breaths. Then slowly bending the knees, placing the feet down. Don't rush. Slowly lift the pelvis, take your block out to the side. Extend the legs, shake them a little. Windshield wiper your feet and your legs here. Good. Then we are going to bring the arms into a cactus shape. Bring both knees up vertical and let both knees drop to the left. And with your left hand, you can catch that upper knee and bring them a little bit closer if that feels okay. Then from there, I'm going to soften both shoulders down, chin to the right. Gentle twist. Then slowly returning to center, bring both knees back up. Good, when you're ready, if you need to shift your hips to the left a little, do so. Drop both knees to the right, bring them up towards your right elbow, and then with the hand, you can hold the knees, maybe bring them a little closer, maybe not. Relax the left shoulder, chin to the left. Face is melting from the forehead down to the eyelids, temples, cheeks, the space around your nose, lips, down to your chin. Then slowly returning to center, both legs come back up. Bring your arms alongside the trunk. Set the back of your body so it's really dropping and softly being held, and then extend the legs. If you need support under your knees for your lower back or a little bit of a bend in your knees, with the legs not completely extended, or even bending the knees and sending the knees to the side, choose the shape that feels most comfortable for you to come into Shavasana. We'll take the last posture in our practice. I'll tell you when we are done. If you're home practicing with the recorded video, you take the time that you need.